Since it is officially spring here in Australia, I spent quite a while trying to find a spring book tag that I could do in amongst all of the autumn-themed ones and Halloween-themed ones for America. Not that Halloween isn't here. And I found one, so that's what we're going to be doing today. Hi guys, my name is Kirsty and welcome to Upside Down Books. Today we're going to be doing the spring cleaning book tag. Now I haven't seen this one before. I found it online at thatsassygeek.wordpress.com, which I'll leave linked below so you can go and check them out. They do heaps of different book tags on there. And I think I have a total of 8 questions to work through, so we're just going to fire straight through them. And we're going to use spring cleaning as a metaphor for how I feel about a few books. Question number 1. The struggle of getting started. A book or series that you struggle to begin because of its size. Now, the first thing that came to mind for this one was, of course, Game of Thrones, because Game of Thrones has a lot of books in the series, and I have actually started the series, I should say. I have read book 1, and I had all intentions to continue it on and keep reading the series, but I just find that the more that I look at it on the bookshelf, the more intimidating it gets, and eventually you just can't see past how overwhelming it is, and I just can't see myself ever dedicating this much time to the series, even though I love the first one, so we'll see if I ever make it to this one. But question number 2, cleaning out the closet. A book or series that you want to unhaul. Now recently I actually unhauled several books. I went through like a proper spring cleaning, literally at the start of spring. I went, no, they all have to go. So I don't have any of these books because I finally got rid of them. But some of them included a few arcs that I didn't enjoy, such as An Honourable Thief and We See Everything, and another book that I got in a book box a few years ago called Radiance by Catherine M. Valente, and there was another one in the book box called The Masked Truth, or it's just a lot of books that I was just like, I'm not interested in anymore, or I didn't enjoy them, so I gave them to a second-hand book fair. Question number 3. Opening windows and letting in fresh air. A book that was refreshing. The first book that came to my mind for this one was 1,000 Perfect Notes by C.G. Drews. I am in love with this book. It was such a breath of fresh air, literally. Well, not literally. It was just such a breath of fresh air because I read it so quickly, and this year I feel like I have been plagued by trying to push myself to read faster and faster and reach my goals, and it's not happening because I'm way too busy to do as much reading as I have in my past uni life when I had spare time. But this was amazing because I read it in like 2 sittings and it was so good, and I was amazed because I wasn't sure what to expect because it was published by a blogging friend and I was so nervous that I wasn't going to like it, but I loved it, and good times. Question number 4. Washing out the sheets. A book with a scene that you wish you could rewrite. Okay, call this an unpopular opinion or maybe slightly controversial. I'm sure it's not that unpopular, but I wouldn't mind rewriting a few things that happen at the end of A Court of Mist and Fury. This series sort of put the nail in the coffin for me because I loved the first one. The second one was amazing with okay undertones, and the third one was just a bit like, damn it, it needed to go from here to way above to sort of redeem the series, but it sort of just was only a tiny bit better than the second book for me. And I'm not as enthused about Sarah J. Maas's book since reading this one, so there are a few things that I think she could have just written a little differently in the final battle scenes that happen in this one. No spoilers, and I might have been more content with how it ended. I'm very nervous at this point to see where the second half of this series is going to go because I'm just really not convinced right now. Question number 5. Throwing out unnecessary knickknacks. A book in a series that you didn't think was necessary. For this one, I decided to pick Allegiant in the Divergent series because honestly, I would have been pretty happy if I just never had got around to reading Allegiant because I took a massive break between these two and then finally was like, I have to finish the series. I really enjoyed the first 2 books. Oh. I don't have anything to say about Allegiant, and yep, it just not a great end to the series. Question number 6. Polishing doorknobs. I don't think I've ever polished a doorknob in my life. Is that a thing? Do people actually polish doorknobs? A book that had a clean finish. One of my all-time favourite series for how it finished and how clean the finish was If I Should Die, which is part of the Die For Me trilogy by Amy Plum. This series was phenomenal. I I cannot even begin to express my love of this series. This is a fairly old YA series. I want to say like 2010, but I've got no idea. And I think everybody should read it because it's really satisfying. None of them are long. They're just like a nice short YA books that you just sort of power through on a weekend, if you ever get a weekend free these days. And the series just finished so nicely. Like, everything was tied off. There were no loose ends. I was so happy. I was happy to say goodbye, and I just, yeah, it's like put Amy Plum, the author, on a big pedestal for me, because boys and girls, this is how you write a good series. None of this crap. Question number 7. 7? I think it's 7. Reaching to Dust the Fan. A book that tried too hard to relay a certain message. Now, I was trying to rack my brains to think of what book did this, and I think the one I'm going to go for is We See Everything by William Sutcliffe. This is one of the ones that I recently unhauled, and I feel like he was really trying hard to give a message. I'm not sure what the message was in the end. It's just like a whole book that sort of talks for like X many tens of thousands of words and doesn't really get anywhere. No plot, no purpose, no nothing. This book was a big... And question number 8. The tiring yet satisfying finish of Spring Cleaning. A book series that was tiring but satisfying to finish. Now, I wish I could say I finished this one, but seeing as I can't think of any series that were tiring yet satisfying to finish, I'm gonna pick the Ranger's Apprentice series, because currently I have 3 more books. I have 9, 10 and 11, no, 10, 11 and 12 to go, and I'm loving it so much, but the fact that I've just made this such a drawn out process, I couldn't even, I've probably been reading this for like 7 years. Like, I've been reading this since high school and I'm 22 now. And it just seems to be going on forever, and I think the day that I read The Royal Ranger, I will probably weep and make myself a cake with like the book covers on it to celebrate and then eat it all by myself. This will definitely be so satisfying when I finally finish reading it. All 12 books. I only have 4 right now because I colour coordinated all the other ones into different sections of my bookshelf, and I really couldn't be bothered fishing them all out. Right, so that brings me to the end of this book tag. If you want to have a go at this, then please do, and let me know down in the comments below. But that is all that I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in my next video. Goodbye.